important. I was of infrastructure ministry for last 7 years to for the energy security, for the energy accessibility of our citizens, and that was in economy ministry. Now I am in charge of social sector ministry, especially in the social sector bracket. Health and education, these are the two most important ministry which are little bit futuristic, little bit dynamic in Indian context. So I am equally happy and equally more responsible than the previous one to look into the future generation of India. When the Indian future generation will be ready, that will have a huge impact in the global community. Now I am in charge of creating global citizens. In one sentence, if I can say, what was the basic difference? In the petroleum sector, Nisa, I was a job provider. Now in the education sector, I'm here to improve the employability of the job seeker, from job provider to job seeker, and to improve the employability. This is the challenge of Indian education and skill ministry, and our target area. If I give one statistics of our country, you will be happy to know there is a national education policy introduced in 2020 July by Honorable Prime Minister Shri Modi. From the age group of 3, for the first time in India, from the age group of 3 to around 23, all they are coming in the vertical of education. This number in India is around 520 million. This is the responsibility we have to increase education and employability side by side. So this is a huge task, huge job for me, and I am taking utmost care with my utmost humility, with my own effort, with our leadership's guidance. India has attained already 75th year of independence from the British period, from the British colony. The next 25 years is very important for India, when India will be completing its 100th year of independence by 2047. These are the 25 years ahead. The present day student, whatever age he may be or she may be, will be the functional citizen, the dynamic citizen, the decision maker of my country. Again, I will say, which will impact the global sphere, global uh, politics, global economy by next 25 years. Unfortunately, I am lucky, I am in charge of such an important sector.
Thank you, Minister. You approach this with a sense of humility and urgency, but also great ambition. I've heard you speak both publicly and privately about the large undertaking to really scale and expand educational opportunity across India, from the primary education to the higher education, from the high technology fields to the labor skills, etc., to really create the workforce of tomorrow. And I would love for you to maybe spend a couple of minutes on how you look at that from the U.S.-India perspective. I noted that we currently have about 200,000 Indian students in the United States that study here at any given year, and the opportunity to perhaps look at both U.S.-India collaboration on Indian students in the United States, but also, how can the U.S. and India be collaborating in India? Would love to hear your vision for that.
Lisa, I will be knowing, as I already mentioned, last year, India, after 34 years, India, a new education, national education policy introduced in front of society by our government, where there are lot of features are there, where the correlations lies ahead. Rightly you have mentioned Indian students are studying in USA. Our higher education students number is 40 million. Lot of students are interested to go for higher education overseas. Favored destination are UK, favored destination are Australia, favored destination is USA. And these are the area where our students are going. Now, in the national education policy, we have given emphasis of multidisciplinary education, twinning of the education, internationalization of our education. We want to invite global educational institution. A country like USA has a very timely and tested mechanism of university ecosystem, prestigious USA institution. In that way, the number of students will be benefited in a bigger way, in bigger number. When the foreign university will come to India and will have a tie-up with our local university, or they can open in their own also. That will be create a new scope for our Indian students. That will be in a way affordable